The Houston Rockets are down 3-0 to the Lakers in the first round of the playoffs. And mind you, this is the Lakers without their top two leading scorers Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. And many fans, including myself, had thought once the Rockets acquire Kevin Durant they'll instantly become championship contenders, but of course that's been far from the truth. Yeah, he has been injured and was only able to play one game in this series so far, but even in that one game they still lost. He had 23 points in 41 minutes with 9 turnovers. No team in NBA history has ever come back from a 3-0 lead in the playoffs, so this series is basically already over. And for that reason, I've decided that today we're going to rebuild the Houston Rockets, and of course the goal will be to win this team a championship. And just like that, the Houston Rockets have been eliminated in the first round of the playoffs in Game 4. Of course, in real life, they could maybe push it to a Game 5, Game 6, maybe even a Game 7, but I highly doubt they're going to come out of this series with a win. But don't you worry, this offseason I'm going to be pulling off massive trades in order to make the Rockets true championship contenders. And now let's go ahead and simulate the playoffs and see which team goes on to win the championship. And in the NBA Finals, we have Victor Wembanyama winning Western Conference Finals MVP, Jalen Brunson Eastern Conference Finals MVP. It looks like the New York Knicks go on to win a championship with Jalen Brunson winning Finals MVP. And would you take a look at that? We have KD trying to retire this offseason. Of course, I will not allow him to retire, and that's because I would much rather trade him away and get something back in return instead of allowing him to retire for absolutely nothing. Before we go to the draft lottery to see if we have ourselves any first round picks, I would really appreciate it if y'all could drop a thumbs up on this video and subscribe if you're new. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month, and with your guys' support, it's most definitely possible, so please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hype the video, it's absolutely free and helps push my video to a larger audience. Our team will not end up with a lottery pick, but honestly that's alright. I do hope we at least get one first round pick. Let's go ahead and skip to results and see where we end up. And I don't think we have a single pick unless I'm not looking here correctly, but yeah, we do not have ourselves any first round picks. And honestly, I was planning on firing Ime Udoka after back-to-back first-round exits, but the problem with that is there's not many good head coaches available that we could go out there and sign. So for now, we are going to keep Udoka on this team, but if we get another playoff exit next year, he's most definitely going to be off this team. I was planning on pulling off a trade right now, but what we should do is wait until free agency, allow the good players to get signed, and then we should have a lot more trade offers. We do have some second round picks in the 2026 draft, but let's see who the top 3 picks will be. So the Clippers have the first overall pick, and actually we're going to have to trade this back to the Pacers because it is a top 4 protected, and they take Cam Boozer, so that means the Pacers just landed themselves Boozer. The Nets have the second overall pick, and they go on to take Darren Peterson. The Wizards, with the third overall pick, take AJ DeBonsa. Now let's sim to our pick, and honestly I'm just going to select the highest overall player, or actually let's see this dude here. What's his ceiling? Sadly, our scouts did not do good of a job, but it looks like he does have the highest 2K rank, so we're going to go ahead and draft him. Maybe he'll have a good trade offer, trade value. And now we have one more second round pick, and we're going to go ahead and take this dude here, Thomas Slav. I don't know how to pronounce his name whatsoever, but he's a 7'1" big man. Team player options, we are going to pick up the team option on Amen Thompson, Reed Shepard, and it looks like Fred VanVleet accepts his $25 million player option. For qualifying offers, we are going to give Tari Eason a qualifying offer, so it looks like Eason is the only player we do need to re-sign this offseason. How much money does he want? He wants about $11 million. And honestly, I could give him that. This past season, he did play pretty well, shooting 36% from the three-point line. His field goal percentage could improve, but he's a good defender, so let's go ahead and offer him a 4-year deal where we pay him about $11 million. So in free agency, I do also go on to sign Mitchell Robinson on a 2-year $8.2 million contract, as well as Tari Eason, who accepts a 4-year $49 million contract. The reason we bring in Mitchell Robinson, he could be the backup center behind Şengün, and this way we could use Clint Capella and Steven Adams' contract in trades to go upgrade some other positions. We do also sign ourselves Luke Kennard and Kenrich Williams on a 2-year $5 million contract, and the same with Matisse Thybulle, but he gets a 1-year minimum. We are about to start pulling off trades, but before that, I wanted to show you guys this stat here. So this past season, the Rockets were one of the worst 3-point shooting teams, only making about 11 3-pointers per game. So that's definitely a category we are going to look to upgrade desperately. We are planning on trading away KD, and if you don't know, 2K Sim Ricochet is unstoppable. He's one of the best 3-point shooters. He develops and progresses in overall like crazy, so I'm going to try and bring him in here from the Hawks, but I don't want Dyson Daniels. We already have enough players that don't space the floor, so I'm going to try and bring in Nickeil Alexander-Walker instead. To make salaries match, we will also throw Buddy Hield in here. And now, would the Hawks accept this trade? KD for Ricochet, Nah, and Buddy Hield. It looks like they do decline. We've been in talks with the Hawks for quite some time now for this trade. I threw in a first round pick, and I'll show you guys what they keep on trying to do. They want to give us Dyson Daniels for Kenrich Williams and DFS. I've tried every trade possible, but they will not accept unless we take on this package. Again, Dyson Daniels is not a floor spacer, so I did not really want him on this team, but we could always flip him for a different player. So let's go ahead and pull off this trade. Our team desperately does need to upgrade the point guard position, so I'm going to try and pull off a trade here with the Orlando Magic where we send them Fred VanVleet and Dyson Daniels for Jalen Suggs, and we also have to take on Jonathan Isaac's horrible contract. I will want a first round pick for this trade, and they want a second rounder from us, and they'll give us Goga. Let's go ahead and pull off this trade. I would say our team is ready for the up and coming season, but before that, we do have one too many centers, so I'm going to go ahead and trade away Clint Capella, Steven Adams, and Goga for some first round picks and second rounders, and then I'll see you guys at the beginning of the up and coming season. Here we are at the start of this season with a new and upgraded 9-man rotation. So in our starting lineup, we currently have Jalen Suggs, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., and Alperen Sengun. And then off the bench, we have Zachary Ricochet, Reed Shepard, Tari Eason, and Mitchell Robinson. And after taking a look at our new roster, a problem we may have is I'm not sure who the number one scoring option will be. Like in our starting lineup, each player could average about 15 to 20 points per game, but we don't really have a 25 points per game scorer. Like the most Sengun averaged was 21 points. Can he average more than that? I guess that's something we're going to have to look into, but the first game of the season is up against the Memphis Grizzlies, who we do go on to defeat 136 to 132. Noah had himself 32, 22, and 13 from Jabari and 18 from Suggs. Each game could be another player's night. Like this game, Noah had 32, next game maybe it could be Jabari Smith Jr. and then Suggs, so on and so on. So if that continues, maybe we can make this team work. The next game is up against Magic, who we also go on to defeat 134 to 112. And this time, it was Sengun's night, dropping 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. Thompson with 22 and 11, Nah with 20. And we also go on to defeat the OKC Thunder, which would be huge. And yes, we can, scoring 138 points. Thompson led the way here with 30, and so far that's exactly what's been happening. Each game has been a different player's night, so I think we could actually make things work if this continues. Thompson 38, 21 from Suggs, and 18 from Sengun. Now our team will be rolling with a 4.5-star overall system proficiency balanced under Ime Udoka. I'm now going to start simulating here until the end of this season, but if there's any trades to be made, I will stop at the trade deadline to show you all. At the end of this season, Cade Cunningham goes on to win his first ever MVP, Cam Boozer Rookie of the Year, Jalen Green 6-man, Victor Wembanyama winning Defensive Player, Jared McCain Most Improved, Cade also wins Clutch Player, our head coach Ime Udoka wins Coach of the Year, and we also go on to win Executive. Let's see if we get ourselves any All-NBA selections, and it looks like we do land Alperen Sengun on an All-NBA third team. Do we get anybody here on an all-defensive team? We do get Amen Thompson on an all-defensive second team, and we ended this season as the number 1 seed, winning a total of 67 games and losing only 15. But what we now need to do is continue this momentum into the playoffs. We've seen the Rockets play well many times in the regular season, but come playoff time, they don't really close the deal, so hopefully this time we are able to do so. But before that, let's go ahead and take a look at the player stats for the regular season. So our leading scorer was Alperen Sengun, averaging 21, 9, and 6. 19 from Nah, 18.5 from Thompson, 15 from Jalen Suggs, 15 from Ricochet, 14 from Reed, and 13 from Jabari Smith Jr. It is now time for the playoffs, and in the first round, we are taking on the Los Angeles Clippers, who have themselves Darius Garland, Ayo Dosunmu, Kawhi Leonard, and oh god, I completely forgot to send Cam Boozer to the Indiana Pacers where he was supposed to be, because the Clippers were not supposed to have that pick if it's in the top 4. But now he's with the Clippers. They have Yannick at that starting center position. Maybe I send Boozer back to the Pacers this offseason. I guess we'll see. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1 will go to us. Let's go. Nah dropping 26, 22 from Thompson, and 19 from Reed Shepherd. We do also go on to win game 2, not with 38. He's been balling here so far in the playoffs, 25, 14, and 9 from Şengün. And I was taking a look, it looks like KD and the Atlanta Hawks have also made the playoffs as the number 8 seed, and this is their team. They're taking on the Detroit Pistons, 1-seeded Detroit Pistons. Can we also go on to win game 3? And yes, we can. We go up 3-0, 127-84. Suggs leading the way here with 28 and 25 from Risache. Are we going to sweep the Clippers? Yes, we do. How many points did our team score here? 130 points. Nall led the way here with 29 and 22 from Nagoon. And taking a look over in the East, it looks like Kevin Durant and the Hawks have been eliminated by the Detroit Pistons. I would like to see how our players are doing after that first round of the playoffs, so the leading scorer has been Nah, averaging 28 points per game, 18 from Suggs, 17 and 12 from Şengün. And now in the second round, we are taking on the Dallas Mavericks, who have themselves Kyrie Irving, Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, PJ Washington, and Derek Lively II. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1 will end up going to us. Reed Shepherd leading the way off of our bench unit with 25 points, 20 from Nah, and 20 from Thompson. We also go on to win game number 2, and yes, we can. This time it's Suggs leading the way with 24, 21, and 11 from Thompson. Game number 3 will also end up going to us. We are up 3-0. We win this game 122-89. Şengün led the way here with 29, 13, and 5. Thompson with 28, and so far he's averaging 19 points per game in the playoffs. We go on to sweep the Dallas Mavericks 115-84. Thompson with a 30-point double-double. We have now made the Western Conference Finals, and so far we haven't lost a single game here in the playoffs, but the Spurs may change that because in the Western Conference Finals we are taking on the San Antonio Spurs. They have themselves De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Vassell, Champagnie, and Victor Wembanyama, as well as an 86 overall Dylan Harper as their 6th man. Game number 1 will end up going to us. Thompson leading the way here with 26 points, 20 from Nah, and 19 from Suggs. Game number 2 does also end up going to us, 27 from Suggs. Whoa, a lot of players here with 20 points or more. Are we going to go up 3-0 here? And yes, we do. We end up winning 134-124. We're on the verge of sweeping the San Antonio Spurs, the third sweep of this playoff run. And is that going to happen? Yes, it will. We go on to sweep Spurs here in game 4. Thompson led the way with 26, 26 from Jabari Smith, and 19 from Suggs. Now we have made the NBA Finals. We're either going to have to take on the Detroit Pistons or the New York Knicks, and honestly, both teams are just as difficult. Let's see which one it will be. Amen Thompson goes on to win Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging 20 points per game. Cade Cunningham, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and that means we are taking on the Detroit Pistons. And taking a look at their starting lineup, they're definitely a really good defensive team. They have Cade Cunningham, Jenkins, Thompson's brother, Ausar Thompson, Ron Holland, and Jalen Duren, as well as Isaiah Hartenstein coming off of their bench unit. They were the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We were the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Let's see which team is better. Game number 1 does end up going to the Pistons. They defeat us here by 4 points. Suggs had 25, 19 from Risache, but sadly we do fall short. Game number 2, we also end up losing. We win game 3, we lose game 4, and don't tell me we're about to be eliminated, and that's exactly what happened. The Detroit Pistons go on to win the championship with Cade Cunningham averaging 40 points per game to win Finals MVP. We swept 3 teams in the Western Conference, all of that just to come to the NBA Finals and lose in Game 5 to the Detroit Pistons. But don't you worry, that means we're just going to have to upgrade some more positions this offseason, pull off more trades, because clearly we're still not championship contenders. Here are the player stats for the playoffs. In case you guys were wondering, we played a total of 17 games, and in those 17 games, the leading scorer was Thompson with 20, 20 from Nickel, and 17 from Şengün. In the 2027 draft lottery, it says we may end up with 2 lottery picks. I do hope they're not lottery protected, so let's go ahead and skip to results and see where we end up. And I do believe both of them were protected. Or never mind, we ended up with a 2nd overall pick via the Brooklyn Nets. Whoa, that changes everything. And the 11th overall pick. I don't know how I skipped that. I think I was looking for Houston. But it says the Rockets, and we end up with a 2nd overall pick and the 11th overall pick. Let's go. I highly doubt this trade is going to happen, but I will try anyways. Bringing in a player like Luka Doncic would fix all our problems, have ourselves a number 1 scoring option, a player that could lead us to a championship. What did the Lakers say? And they accept the trade offer. We just ended up with Luka Doncic. And I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting back in my chair while I was explaining that trade because I had 100% certainty they will not accept the trade, but we somehow end up with Luka Doncic on the Houston Rockets. And because I was so certain that this trade was not going to go through, I did not even explain to y'all what trade package I came up with. So we sent the Lakers Jalen Suggs, Tari Eason, Jonathan Isaac, the 2nd overall pick, the 11th overall pick, and 2 more future first rounders to acquire ourselves one of the best players in the world, Luka Doncic. I know that I said we may be firing Ime Udoka this offseason, but once again, there's not many good options here, so we're going to keep him on this team. Plus, he did take us to the NBA Finals. Even though we did not win, we didn't really have a true number 1 scoring option. Now we have Luka Doncic, so anything is possible. For team player options, we will be picking up the team option on Reed Shepherd and Zachary Risache, and it looks like Buddy Hield will be accepting his $10 million player option. We will let these 2 players walk. Their 70 overalls won't be a part of this rotation. And qualifying offers, we do need to re-sign Amen Thompson in free agency. But don't you worry, he is a restricted free agent, plus we have bird rights, so he's going to be coming back no matter what. We do go on to re-sign Amen Thompson, paying him $157 million throughout the next 4 years, and he also has a player option for the 5th year. Since we traded away Tari Eason in the Luka trade, we do need ourselves a backup wing. Looks like we do have Julian Champagnie, but the problem here is Champagnie in 2K Sim is not really all that good. Like, he was shooting 32%, so I'm not going to go ahead and take him. But I do think Cam Johnson could be a good player. He's a good 3-point shooter, decent defender, so let's go ahead and offer him a 2-year minimum. And it looks like he will be accepting on a 2-year, $5 million contract. We are here at Player Progression Day, and this is exactly why we traded for Zachary Risache. Bro jumps up 5 in overall, now making him an 87. And if I'm not mistaken, last year he jumped up 5 in overall as well, so yeah, Risache is him in 2K Simulation. I'm still so surprised we ended up with Luka Doncic. This is the first time in a video I was able to trade for Luka Doncic. This is going to be our brand new starting lineup, so in our starting 5, we have ourselves Luka Doncic, Zachary Risache, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., and Alperen Şengün. And then off the bench, we have Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Reed Shepherd, Mitchell Robinson, and Cam Johnson. And for this season, I have decided to run Zachary Risache at the starting shooting guard position over Nickeil Alexander-Walker, but of course, we could always switch things back to how they were before if it does not work out. And now let's go ahead and simulate the first few games of this season. The first game is up against Sacramento Kings, who we go on to lose to. Okay, so can we defeat the Miami Heat? Yes, we can. We score 141 points. Now I had 28, 24 from Thompson. Where is Luka? Okay, so Luka only had himself 10 points with 11 assists. How did he do here in game 1? Luka kind of struggled. I mean, he barely attempted any shots, but he did foul out. Can we also go on to defeat the Spurs? And no, we cannot. We do end up losing here. Luka played amazing, but sadly we do fall short. But I do feel like chemistry still needs to be built. We have ourselves a completely different starting lineup, so that may take some time, because as you guys can see at the bottom left of the screen, our chemistry percentage is only a 39. Let's take a look at the system proficiency. We will be rolling with a 4.5-star overall system proficiency, balanced under our head coach, Ime Udoka. I am now going to start simulating here until the end of this season, but of course, if there are any trades to be made, I will stop at the trade deadline to show you all, or if we end up in the NBA Cup, I will also stop there to show you guys as well. Our team has made it to the NBA Cup Finals, and we are taking on the Washington Wizards. Let's see if we can go on to win the NBA Cup. We do have home court advantage on our side, and so far the Wizards do have the lead. We take it right back from them, and we go on to win 128 to 115. Reed Shepherd with 21, 20 from Knott, and 19 from Thompson. Let's see who goes on to win NBA Cup MVP, and it is Luka Doncic winning NBA Cup MVP, averaging 21 points per game, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, while shooting 45% from the 3-point line. We have 1 game remaining of this season, and Luka Doncic is the runner-up in the award races to winning MVP. Let's see if he can go on to win. We do go on to defeat the Milwaukee Bucks, and it looks like Luka Doncic will be winning his first ever MVP, averaging 23 points per game, 6 rebounds, 9.5 assists on 50, 40, 76 shooting splits. Let's go. I did kind of want him to average more points per game, but I mean, we have a lot of good offensive player, which is why his production was probably a lot less than it was last season. Kingston Flemings wins Rookie of the Year, Josh Giddey 6-man, Victor Wembanyama Defensive Player, AJ DeBonsa Most Improved, LaMelo Ball Clutch Player, our head coach Ime Udoka wins Coach of the Year, and this year the Dallas Mavericks going to win Executive. We do land ourselves the MVP Luka Doncic on All NBA First Team. Will we get any more awards? Let's see. And we do also get Alperen Şengün on All NBA Third Team. What about all defensive teams? Amen Thompson once again making it on all defensive second team with his brother Ausar Thompson. This season we were the #1 seed, winning a total of 68 games and losing only 14. Another amazing season from our team, but hopefully this time we are able to win a championship. Before we start simulating the playoffs, let's go ahead and take a look at the player stats. So of course, our leading scorer was none other than Luka Doncic, averaging 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. 19 from Şengün, 18 from Nickel, 18 from Thompson, and a lot more players in double-digit scoring. In the first round of the playoffs, we're taking on Luka Doncic's former team, the Los Angeles Lakers. They ended this season as a #9 seed, and in their starting lineup, they have Jalen Suggs, Austin Reeves, Christian Collins, Tari Eason, and Walker Kessler. This will be their bench unit. Let's see how things go here. Game #1 will go to us. Luka dropping 25, 6, and 11. 16 from Jabari and 16 from Na. Game #2 will also end up going to us. This time it's Şengün leading the way with 28 and 13. Luka 1 rebound shy of a 26-point triple-double. And Thompson 1 assist shy of a 26-point triple-double. We also go on to win Game 3. Yes, we can, and now we're up 3-0. Thompson with 28, 26 from Riche, and a 24-point triple-double from Luka. All we gotta do now is win one more game. Are we gonna go on to sweep the Lakers? And yes, we do. Luka dropping 41 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists, 24 from Thompson, 19 from Na, and now we are in the second round of the playoffs where we're taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pels have themselves DeJounte Murray, Jeremiah Fears, Bay, Zion Williamson, and Kyle Filipowski. And honestly, the Pels are a team I never see here in the playoffs, so this is a first. Let's see how things go here. Game #1, we end up winning Riche 21, 20 from Şengün. Game #2 will also go to us. Luka with a 30-point triple-double, 30, 11, and 12, 26, 11, and 7 from Şengün. And we do end up losing Game 3 here. They defeat us 142-133. Jabari was our leading scorer, but we do fall short. We win Game 4, putting us up 3-1, 120-115. Luka with 50 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. I was saying he wasn't doing much scoring in the regular season, but he has turned it up here in the playoffs, which is exactly what we had needed. And we go on a gentleman sweep the New Orleans Pelicans. Luka dropping 33 and 13. Şengün with 31 and 15. Now we have made it to the Western Conference Finals. We're either going to take on the Dallas Mavericks or the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it will be the Wolves. They did get themselves James Harden. They still have Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Joan Bringer. And this will be their bench unit. Let's see how things go here. Game #1 will go to us. The Goon with 26-point triple-double, 24 from the Don, and 16 from Jabari. Game #2, we also end up winning. Luka with 30 and 10, 23 from Şengün. Are we going to go up 3-0? No, we do not. Sadly, we do end up losing here by 30 points. Luka played amazing, but our defense was awful. We do go on to win Game 4, putting us up 3-1, 121-103. Luka with 31 and 10, Na with 22. All we gotta do now is win one more game, and then we'll be going to the NBA Finals. And it looks like we go on a gentleman sweep the Minnesota Timberwolves. In Game 5, 36 from Luka, 23 and 12 from Amen Thompson, and a triple-double from Şengün. In the NBA Finals, we're gonna either have to take on the Magic or the New York Knicks. And Luka Doncic does go on to win Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging 30 points per game. Paolo Banchero, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and that means we are taking on the Magic in the NBA Finals. And they have themselves Anthony Black, Desmond Bane, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Wendell Carter, as well as Dyson Daniels as their 6-man. Let's see how things go here. Game #1 will end up going to us. Luka with 36, 5, and 17. Thompson 25, 20 from Riche and Şengün. We also go on to win Game 2. We do end up losing Game 2 here, 135-121. Şengün was the leading scorer. Luka did foul out in 26 minutes, which is probably why we lost that game. Game #3, we do end up winning. Luka leading the way here with 28 points and 15 assists. And now can we go up 3-1? Yes, we can. Luka leading the way here with 29 and 11. Şengün with a 15-point triple-double. And let's see if we could gentlemen sweep the Magic, and just like that, we go on to win the Houston Rockets a championship with Luka Doncic winning Finals MVP, averaging 26, 6, and 13, while shooting 48% from the field. And before I end out this video, I do want to show you guys the player stats for the playoffs. So we played a total of 19 games, and in those 19 games, the leading scorer was none other than our boy Luka Doncic, averaging 29 and 11. 20 from Şengün, 19 from Amin Thompson, 15 from Knopf, 15 from Jabari, 13 from Risache, and 10 from Reed Shepherd. So a lot of players here in double-digit scoring. And in the NBA Finals, where we played a total of 5 games, we had a bunch more players in double-digit scoring, 26 and 13 from Luka, 22 from Şengün, and 18 from Amin Thompson. And now that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new for more NBA 2K26 videos. Click here on the screen to watch my latest upload. And until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.